Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into this video, and I want you to take a look at this Forex trader here to my left. He's carrying a placard that says prove them wrong. Now, this is very profound. It's very important that you remember these words because it's these words that's going to help carry you through the final phase of training. So again, this video is called Final Phase, Prove Them Wrong. And guys, if you're still in the program receiving my free trade signals, then congratulations. You've come a long way. And for you to continue training, you will need to adopt these important words, prove them wrong. The final phase starts right now with these words, okay? In fact, write this down, put it beside your computer, and swear allegiance to this profound statement. If people are doubting how far you'll go, then go so far that you can't hear them anymore. Prove them wrong. From here on, you're telling the world that you're a Forex trader, and you have my permission to let other people know, your family, coworkers, friends, let them know what you're doing. Again, prove them wrong. I'm going to suggest that you start writing down everything you're going to learn in this final phase. You will need to keep reminding yourself of all the work you've done and how far you've come. Continue to work hard, interact with me and my upcoming fun assignments. Join me in our crusade to show the world, you know, what you need to do is prove them wrong. Okay, guys, this is me right here. My name is Martin. You can see I'm a proud Canadian trader, and I've been trading for at least 7-8 years. And I want to give all of you watching this video my free Forex signals. I started this program approximately 10 months ago. Guys, it's fantastic. The winning rate is really high, and you guys are not only going to learn how to trade Forex, but you're going to make money as well. So if you're interested in receiving my free Forex signals, send me your email address to mine right here. You can see down below, mskyj007@gmail.com. I'll repeat this a little bit later on in the video. Okay, so before we start, and we always start by looking at this past week's trading signals to see what happened, how successful we were, and we're going to do that in just a moment. But before we do that, here's my humble disclaimer, guys. This is so important. I want you to understand that. My free signal service is an educational program only. I'm trying to teach you how to trade correctly and not give you any specific investment advice. It's your responsibility to evaluate the relevance of my advice and content. Don't blame me if you lose all your money. You probably weren't paying attention to what I'm teaching you, and you're not following my instructions. Since for trading with real money, only risk a maximum 1% of your account balance for now. And for new traders, please trade on a demo account for the next 2-3 months and try to figure out our program and all my instructions, and then you're ready to go on a live account. Okay, so this is my disclaimer. Let's get going and let's take a look at last week's trade signals and what happened. Now, on June the 28th, you can see right here, I sent out a signal, and by the way, I send out all signals by email. Okay, so you've got to give me your email address for you to receive them. On June 28th, I issued a buy signal, buy USD Canadian dollar, and it ended up being a winner. You can see that right here for approximately 103 pips. Guys, this was a monster win, and it did reach our second take profit level. So as we look at the actual charts of these trades in just a moment, I'll show you how we got to these 103 pips as well. Okay, so this was a huge winner. And remember, everybody, especially the new people watching this video for the very first time, we're trading on the daily charts. So each candle is a daily candle, 1 day's worth of price movement. We're not doing intraday. We're not scalping short-term trading, guys. This is a relaxed approach to trading. You place your trade according to my instructions, and you can close your computer open them up the next day, and for the most part, we have winners. We have the odd loss, but that's really, it's a relaxed style of trading. Okay, so on the next day, I should say, on June 29th, I sent out a buy British pound Australian dollar. Again, this was a winner, guys. Take a look. And it was good for approximately 62 pips as it reached the first take profit level. Okay. Then on June 30th, I had two more trades right here. You can see the first one was buy USD Swiss franc. This one doesn't move a lot as far as the volatility is concerned, but it was a winner as well. It won approximately 23 pips while it reached the first take profit target. And then finally, on the same day, and I'll give you the instructions. I'll show you what I sent out to you with regards to this trade, because a lot of you didn't take this trade. Some of you did, but it was kind of a bonus trade, and it just happened. It so happened that it was a loss for approximately 54 pips, guys. It did cross the DTL line, and I'll explain that when we look at the chart for this sell British pound Swiss franc. Okay, so all in all, this past week we won a total of 134 pips. That's these three winners. Take away this loss right here. So if you took all the trades, you still would have won 134 pips. If you didn't take this last trade, the British pound Swiss franc, then you would have won a total of 188 pips. So really, really good there. Congrats to all of you who did actually take the trade. Okay, now let's get on to the chart. We're going to look at the first one, the buy USDCHF. Okay, and here we go. When I send out the signal, I do send out this in the email. You can see here, I give you the entry. Okay, you can see the entry right there, 1.2373. I do give you this stop loss. I give you the first profit target, second profit target right here. And all you have to do is follow my instructions. Now, I replicated this information right here on my chart, and you can see, guys, the entry was right there. Let me get my drawing tool. So here's the entry, 1.22327. It's a buy entry. We got in here at the close of this candle. You can see the next day we had a huge white candle there. With this white candle, it did reach the first take profit target right there. Okay. And the next day, it was a resting candle. You can see a small doji there. Then the third day after our entry, it went up even more. Okay. All the way to our second take profit target of 1.2422 for over 100 pips, guys. So congrats again. This was a huge monster win, and this is how we do it. Okay, now when we entered here, I just wanted to mention one more thing. Here's the stop loss, guys. Okay, so the stop loss is below our entry right there. You can see 1.2218, and when price is going up, and in this case with this candle, price actually hit our first take profit target. We normally then move the stop loss to just above our entry. Okay, and that way you're protected in case it comes back down again. So that is the trade signal, guys. Let's get going to another one. Hopefully you're excited. I know every time I win, even after trading all these years, I still kind of get excited whenever there's a win. I'm not that grumpy anymore when there's a loss, but losses will occur, just letting you know, okay? But, you know, you have to get excited whenever you can, whenever you have a winning trade and whenever you can win some money, okay? So the next one here on this day, buy the British pound, Australia, the Australian dollar, the GBPAUD, June the 29th. That was the date I sent out this information right here in an email. You can see again, here's the new signal, the buy entry right here, 184.14, the stop loss, 182.76. Okay, right there, and the first take profit target, the second take profit target. So our entry, let's take a look. Right here, our entry, okay, at the close of this candle, and right here is the signal. And you can see the next day with this high upper wick here, upper line, it did reach our first take profit of 1.8478. So this was a winner. It did reach our first take profit target, and so that was good, guys. So again, this one I think was for over 50 pips win, but congrats to all of you who took this trade, guys. It's as simple as that. Okay. The next day price did go up a little bit higher. If you saw it going up higher, then you would have moved your stop loss right here. You would have moved your stop to just above the break even. Okay. Now we do this because we normally open up each trade with 2 positions. Okay. So the first position, okay, just letting you know, first position is the entry right here, and it's only half of the regular lot size based on our account balance and our risk factor of 1%. Okay, so 2 positions are opened up at the same time, or you can open up one when I do sound out signal, wait to see if price comes down further to open up the second position. But if you open them up both at the same time, they both would have reached up here, hit the first profit target, because on one position you're going to enter the first take profit target of 1.8478, and it will close automatically when it hits there. The second position you leave open in case it goes even higher. But on the next day you can see price did go up, and that's when you would move the stop, and then it did come down to close you out. So your second position, you would not have gained any more money, but you would not have lost any more money. So you were in a free trade. Okay, so that's it for that. Let me just get all of that off the chart. We're going to go on to our next one. Our next trade signal, guys, is, let's take a look, buy USD Swiss franc. Again, this was a winner, so congrats if you took this trade. And guys, for you to benefit properly from my free trade signals program, you should take every signal I give you, because sometimes if you miss one of my signals, maybe that's the one that gave you the big win with over 100 pips or more, right? So when you randomly just pick and choose the ones you want to take, you're not going to benefit as much as if you were going to take all of my trade signals, just letting you know, okay? So on this one, on June 30th, it was the buy USD Swiss franc. So again, right here was the entry. Right there, you can see 0.9249. The next day, I'm not sure here, but the next day for sure, it went up higher, hit our first take profit target of 0.9274. Okay, and that's when you would have moved the stop up, and you would have protected your second position. But guys, it did hit the first take profit target level, not for a lot of pips, but you're still a winner. So congrats if you took this trade and followed my instructions. Okay, so let's take a look. And there was one more bonus trade. Okay, and that's this one right here, the buy British pound Swiss franc. Now on that same email as the previous trade signal, I did in my email write down, besides the new signal, which was the previous one I just talked about, the USD Swiss franc, I also like buy British pound Swiss franc. Just saying, right? Anyways, this is the chart. This is the signal, guys, and we would have gotten in right here. Here's the entry, 1.2792. Okay, now we got in at the close of this candle. There's the signal. When I gave you this information, saying that, I also like the buy British pound Swiss franc, I did not give you this data. I kind of left it up to you to see what you've learned over time and if you did this correctly. So the entry is easy because it's the end of this or the close of this white candle. So automatically the entry is right there. Okay, but then we go. We look at the ATR reading on this candle, and we go 1.5 times 1.5 times the ATR to give us the stop loss. Okay, so the stop loss is placed under the entry 1.5 times the ATR. So you have to get an ATR reading on that candle. Okay, and then the first take profit target. Again, I'm doing it very conservatively, so I look at the ATR, and this is calculated at approximately 70% of the ATR. So not a full ATR, but a 70%, so less than one ATR, okay? And that's where we get this, and then this is just a multiple of this. So again, 70%, and then another 70%, so 140% from the entry to this one. Okay, so that's how I do a lot of my calculations. These are approximate. And you should take a look at your charts. If you took the trade, did you have your data, your entry, stop loss, and your first take profit target approximately the same as I did? So just go back to what you did and see how well you did. Okay, so in this case, after here, price went up a bit, but you see right here, price did not go up to our first take profit target, which is right there, 128.31. With this upper line or upper wick, okay, it only went up to here and did not go up to here, so it reversed down completely. We missed out on the first take profit, and we got stopped out because this candle closed below this. Let me just take this off. We call this thick line here the detail line. It's the dominant trend line, and really it's all it is. It's just a 21 EMA. Okay, it's just color coded because green is for up, pink is for down, right? But anyways, so we got in there, price reversed right down to our detail line, crossed like reversed down below, and one of our rules is once it does that, we automatically close out the trade. So we close out the trade with a small loss, and the great thing, guys, with our program is that we respect our losses. We try to contain our losses, and that's exactly what we did here. We limited our loss to 50 something pips, and instead of allowing or hoping that price would go back up again. So once that happens, it's a rule, just close your trade, okay? And that way you'll be able to rest or sleep at night with a lot of ease, okay? So now those are the trades for last week. We did really good, guys. Excellent week. And now we get into the main lesson here. And do you remember from last week, what was the overall goal on our journey to learning how to trade properly? So we started this free trade signals program back in October of last year. It's been almost 10 months now. And the overall goal, guys, what I was trying to get you to learn and attain, because it is important to be able to develop this, and it is contained in one word called confidence, right? So a very important word in your trading journey is confidence. You need to develop confidence when trading with real money, especially with real money. It's also needed to make confident trading decisions based on a free signal system and rules. To understand the progress you've made to date from your early days of trade. So it's important to understand where you started from and where you are today. Confidence in avoiding typical trading mistakes, right? There's all kinds of mistakes, and you can go online and probably write down about 100 different mistakes that traders make when they start trading Forex, right? But we've developed over the past 10 months the confidence in exercising patience when holding on to trades. That's really important. And finally, we trust our money management to protect your money. Okay, that's the number one rule in trading. Always protect your money. And guys, the overall message here is confidence, because if you don't have the confidence to trade, then You're always going to make mistakes. You're going to set some bad examples. You're going to start losing money. You're going to overtrade. You're going to trade with the high lot sizes because you're revenge trading. You want to make your money back, the money that you just lost, guys. Everything just falls apart and it gets worse and worse and worse. And I've done this when I first started trading. So I'm telling you through great experience and also the experience from many traders who contact me. Guys, you've got to develop this, and this is what we tried to do over the last 10 months, is to instill the confidence in you to trust the system, to follow my instructions, and trade successfully. Okay, so with having said that, we're going to get to the actual start of the final phase, guys, and I want you to pay a lot of attention. Your final phase starts with what you've learned, okay, over the past 10 months. Now, some of you hopped on board the Free Signals program just over the last few months, but it doesn't matter whether you've been with me for a few months or a lot of, or since October of last year, doesn't matter. I did something really specific over all these past months. It was kind of a repetitive training methods that I offered you. I wanted you to repeat the same steps over and over and over again, okay? And it's part of the learning process, but there are three things that were so important that without these three things, we're never going to trade successfully. Now, so to continue learning, you need to acknowledge what you've already learned, and I want you to think back very carefully. What were the three most important aspects of your learning journey over the past few months that helped you get to where you are today, assuming that you're reasonably successful? I call these the three building blocks or pillars of strength that make up the foundation for which success can be built. What are the three pillars of success that you absolutely not only have to understand, but you have to acknowledge and know that that you actually have these under your belt, so to say. So what are the three pillars? Just take a moment. Think about this. What are the three most important things you learned over the past few months or the past 10 months that helped you get to where you are today? And most of you have said today you're way more successful, or you're successful for the very first time. You've never been successful, but now you actually see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you're very confident to move forward, and you know that you're going to make money. So what are the three pillars, right? Okay, so let's take a look, guys, and this is important, and this is what we're going to do in this final phase, okay? Number one, and by the way, this is my particular order, what I felt is most important, and this is what I tried to teach you over the past few months. First of all, developing your healthy mindset. This is part of the trade psychology. So if you don't have a healthy mindset, you're not going to be able to trade. And part of that is, the foundation of having patience and discipline and repeating yourself and doing the same things over and over again to get you where you are today. So this is number one, and this is probably, in my books, a lot more important than number two and number three. Number two, your money management. Protect your money. Obey the number one rule. So that's what it is. If you don't know how to protect your money and you don't have a money management system in place, it doesn't matter about anything else. You're just not going to be successful. And again, guys, think about this. What was the first thing that we did when we placed a trade with my Free Signals program, right? We put in the stop loss, and we also then entered the first take profit target. And then after, if you were opening up trades with two positions, one position would generally win by reaching the first take profit target, but the second position, you would protect it by moving your stop loss up to just above the break-even point or your original entry. It's the same thing, right? Okay, so that was what you did. So after repeating yourself over and over again, disciplining yourself, having the patience, not closing trades too early, listening to my instructions about keeping certain trades open till the next day and so on, you developed your mindset. You understood the money management and how important that was. And then the third thing is, and this is the part that I didn't really teach a lot of, I gave you some rules, but it's about your technical awareness, your trade strategy. So this involves the algorithm, this involves the indicators on your charts and how to set up your charts and that, and we're going to do a lot more of this in the final phase as well. So these are the three important pillars of the success, guys. You need to write this down. Your final phase starts today, and today means I want you to write down and keep a trading journal and a learning journal. Write this down, because if you don't acknowledge that this is what you've learned over the past few months, then really you haven't learned anything. So I'm telling you, this is what I've tried to teach you over the past few months or the last 10 months. This is what you should have learned. Most of you now understand that's how you are learning to trade successfully, by falling back on the three pillars of success. And now we're going to continue on over the next few weeks, examining these issues a little bit further. Okay, so that is really the video for this week, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you want my free trade signals, send me your email address. So you've got to send me your email address, and in your email, tell me you want the free signals, tell me where you're from, give me your first name, okay? And this is where you send it to, right here, guys, down below. Send it to mskyj007@gmail.com. Again, mskyj007@gmail.com. Okay, so that's my email address. That's the only way you're going to get these signals. I'll put you on my VIP list. And guys, that's it. Bye and cheers from Canada. Again, I'm enjoying. Some of you have actually asked me how hot it is right now. Well, as you know, it's made world news, but out in the west coast, the western regions of Canada, it's reached as high as 40 or over 40 degrees Celsius. Hundreds of people have died here in Toronto, Canada, where I originate from and I'm broadcasting from. The temperatures are pretty hot the last few days, again reaching about 32 to 34 degrees Celsius. We have high humidity, and so that's adding to the heat wave. And guys, it's great if you can enjoy your time. It's not so great if you have to work, especially outdoors. So take care, guys. Keep safe, and we'll talk to you in my next video. Bye for now.